to Inside Boxing's Throwdown. My name is Steve Johnson. My co-host, Aurelio Martinez. Aurelio, we want to talk a little bit about Saturday night's HBO show card. We'll also talk about the fight card on ESPN in our second segment. But first, let's talk about HBO. We had one of my as a boxing fan favorites, Danny Jacobs. My thing for Danny is mainly because, being a cancer survivor, my own health issues with kidney, he's got a spot in my heart, and I think most people, knowing his story, it's hard not to be a fan of his. But last night he had a tough fight. He's been off for almost a year. He comes back in the ring against a tough opponent. You talk about the fight. I'll let you start off with this one.
Well, I think it's funny how boxing is, because when Jacobs fought Triple G, he really opened my eyes, and I said, I got to watch this kid, because he's doing good.
Wait a minute, you said you had to watch him?
Yeah, I have to keep my eye on him, because now
you didn't know about Danny Jacobs' amateur career?
Well, I knew that, but amateur's amateur.
Okay,
different game in the
So you think you were aware of him?
Yeah, okay. Different game in the pro.
Okay.
As far as being a viable
contender
to become a world champion.
Okay.
So I said, this guy's got it, because that's the way he was impressive in that fight.
Okay.
I wasn't really impressed with this fight last night. Okay. I think that he should have been able to take Arias out anytime he wanted to, because I had put him above Arias that much, and it turned out that he had trouble and he couldn't put him out. Although he tried, he fought. It was a lopsided fight. Don't get me wrong. He won every round, and it was a no contest and all that stuff. But yet, when you talk about being dominant and being able to take command in the ring and do what you want to, because I guarantee you he wanted to knock out Arias, he just couldn't. Okay, so next best thing is to look good, win every round, and that's exactly what he did. But I don't know if that's going to cut it with your big boys, with Canelo and Triple G and the Charlo brothers or anyone else up there. He can't. He's not on that level. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You forget that he fought Triple G? Are you forgetting that?
No, I'm not.
So how's he not on that level? A lot of people thought he won that fight against Triple G.
Well, but that what I'm saying. So did I. I was to a point where I didn't think he won the fight, but I thought he performed good enough to be on that level. But now, after seeing this fight, I'm not sure. I'm not sure anymore.
Well, let me just say this.
Go ahead.
Okay. People are saying the same thing about Triple G building up to the fight with Canelo. They're just saying the same thing. His last two fights, he hasn't looked good. Because the guy doesn't blast the guy out every fight. And let me say this. He was off for almost a year, Danny Jacobs.
Okay.
He admitted after the fight, there's a little ring rust on him. His timing was a little off. But more important than that, Luis Arias, for the whole week leading up to the fight, from the time they got there to New York, and he got a chance to get a microphone in his face, all he did was spout off about how he was going to knock out Danny Jacobs, and Danny Jacobs was nothing. Even got a little personal, saying that Danny Jacobs, all the hype was, the media was behind him because of his, being a cancer survivor, which is, another reason why, Luis Arias came with the intent Saturday night of not getting knocked out. No matter what happened, he was not going to allow Danny Jacobs to knock him out. And we've talked about it many times before. When you fight against a guy who is determined that you're not going to knock him out, man, it's hard to get that guy. Now, Danny Jacobs, I would say, if he fought Saturday night, if he'd have fought a guy, then the next fight he fights Arias, he stops him within 5.
Yeah,
his timing was a little off and stuff, but you're holding that against him.
Yeah. No,
I won't.
As a professional, you're a professional, okay? Excuses are a dime a dozen, and they're plentiful, okay?
But he won the fight. You just said he won every round.
Well, he did. But I'm saying, so why did he have to come out with an excuse?
What was his excuse?
You just said he had ring rust.
No, he said I haven't fought in a year. Yeah, and he admitted.
That's an excuse.
No, it's not.
That's an excuse.
An excuse is
Guys,
when you
that's
lose.
an excuse.
No, excuse is when you lose.
No, that's an
if
excuse.
If you say the fact.
That's an excuse. Just like Sean Porter the week before that said he broke his hand in the 6th. Excuse. Okay? Take your win, go with your win, and just move on to the next one.
You just validated my point.
Okay.
Sean Porter said I broke my hand after he lost. That's an excuse when
Sean
you
Porter
lose.
didn't lose.
Sean Porter, man, is
Sean Porter beat the heck out of what's his name from Chicago?
Granados.
Yeah.
Adrian Granados.
Yeah. Okay.
That's disputable.
So
that's disputable, right? That's disputable. This one last night was not disputable.
We're talking about don't make excuses.
Okay, well let's
Don't
move
make
on.
excuses for poor
let's move on to
performances.
this.
If you got a poor performance, if you didn't accomplish what you wanted to accomplish in the ring, so what? That's boxing. You got another boxer in front of you. You give the guy credit. Okay, I couldn't knock him out. I give him credit. So let's just move on with that. My point won't change. I think he took a setback. I think he's not ready for the big boys. I don't think he's going to go in there with any of the top guys. Canelo, Triple G in a rematch. The
those
Charlo
are the
brothers.
top two.
Anyway, he's
No,
supposed to be the top.
one of the Charlos moved up to middleweight.
Okay.
Jamal moved up to middleweight. But
This is middleweight.
That's
We're
what I'm
talking
saying.
middleweight,
But we said
okay?
Charlos brothers. Only one of them is middleweight. But
The other one to step up.
let me move up to this.
Okay.
Okay, since you said that he's not of the caliber, well,
He's
the
not.
other title holders right now, you got David Lemieux.
Exactly.
Okay, he and Billy Joe Saunders. And
Exactly.
they're getting ready. What is wrong with this flyer, dude?
Okay.
And Billy Joe Saunders.
Okay.
Okay. And
Well, yeah, because he called him out. He called him out after
he
the
said
fight.
that he's going to be there in Montreal to see that fight, and he's going to call out the winner after the fight. Okay. Are you saying that in your opinion, he can't beat either one of those two?
Well, I think he beats Billy Joe Saunders because I don't put Billy Joe Saunders up in that category with the world class championship caliber fighters. No way. Now I think he's going to have a lot of trouble with Lemieux. I think he'll have plenty of trouble with Lemieux, and I don't think he beats Lemieux. That's my opinion. I do not think Jacobs beats Lemieux because Jacobs misses a lot when you got a fighter that moves, that's moving. Plus, the problem with that he's going to have with Lemieux, if that ever happens, is Lemieux hits hard. And he hits hard, and Lemieux will throw punches back. He will not fight 12 rounds just to survive to say, hey, I didn't get knocked out. So there's my take on that side. He better hope it's Billy Joe Saunders that takes the fight because Jacobs beats Saunders. Okay,
I'm amazed.
He doesn't beat Lemieux.
I'm sitting here, actually, I'm amazed. You're making all of these assertions based on the Saturday night fight with Danny Jacobs.
Yeah, I'm like Miss Jackson. What have you done for me lately? Okay, you're as good as your last performance. Okay.
All right. Well,
But anyway, let's move on and make mention to some of the others that were on that undercard. Okay, because I mean you had big Gerald Miller. Okay, he fought
Big Baby.
He fought.
Miller.
And I'm gonna mess this name up like I always do. Marius Wack.
Marius
Wack. Okay. So I mean, what did you think about Big Miller? Is he in the heavyweight mix?
You know what? A Big Baby, I don't. Right now, he's not. I mean, he's got a long way to go. There's no question about that. But I, you know what? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Coach Bashir Abdullah out in California. I think if memory serves me correct, I think Bashir Abdullah was either at one time or even now, because Coach Bashir Abdullah just recently had a new baby girl. Congratulations, Coach. I don't know if that's why he wasn't there or what, but I remember Big Baby, and I know that they were high on him, saying that he's got a lot of potential. Similar to our guy here in Denver, Milo Jamar. Got a lot of potential that it has to be brought out of him. But, good performance last night. This dude he fought last night, like you said, Marius, 6'8".
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah, 6'8".
33-2.
But guess what happened to him? He said he hurt his hand, too. Anyway, do the fight.
Well, was it? It wasn't one of his losses, like to one of the Klitschko brothers or something like that.
All I know is I'm giving credence to what you say. When you lose,
but it's funny.
You make them and say this is what happened. That's an excuse.
And
when you win, how can it be an excuse?
And listen, I know that when you lose, there's something there you gotta say, and it's an excuse because you lost. But the biggest problem I have, and I'm just going to leave that alone, is when you make an excuse when you win. Okay?
Shut up, man.
Come on, now.
Stop.
So the next one was the guy that was really impressive, really impressive.
Nigel son?
Well, let's go to Cletus Selden.
Oh, Cletus Selden,
the hammer.
Yeah,
the Jewish hammer.
The Hebrew hammer.
The Hebrew hammer. Man, I tell you what, this boy can hit. Now, Now, I've never really had a chance to see him. I see him on highlights and things like this, but he's confident as heck, Steve.
Yeah, he is.
He's confident, and that means a lot, and that goes a long way in a boxer's performance in his career. I mean, he honestly doesn't believe anyone can get in that ring and deny him his power punching. Okay,
Yeah.
He's heavy-handed, and he showed it. I mean, the Mexican kid that came in from Mexico that fought him was Roberto Ortiz. Came in, 35-1.
Yeah, Ortiz got plenty of experience.
Had plenty of experience, and I honestly think Roberto slept him. He didn't believe that anyone can hit him because, fighting in Mexico, you hit a lot. You get in the ring with a lot of heavy hitters. You spar with a lot of heavy hitters, and I think he just went to sleep and figured, well, this Jewish kid can't hit as hard as what I've been hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you what, it didn't take long. He was in that first round. He got caught with that Hebrew hammer in the first round, and it was all she wrote, baby.
Yeah, man.
But I like the kid. I like him, and let's see. I'd like to see him go in there with someone that really knows how to work the ring, that knows how to move. Someone that really has a legitimate chance to take away that power.
Stepping up in
competition. So I'm going to keep my eye open for him, okay?
Okay, now let me just end up this segment, and let me end up saying this. Danny Jacobs, last night, Saturday night, made it a point to say that he's going to be in Montreal for that fight with Lemieux and Billy Joe Saunders.
Okay,
He's going to call out the winner.
Yep.
Okay, I'm waiting to see if they both bite on it. I don't think they'll be so quick as you are. I think they'll bite on it, but that's the next fight that we want to see. That should be a great fight. We'll see what happens from there because, once again, I think Danny Jacobs is in the driver's seat, really, because if there does come, it looks like there now is going to be a Triple G Canelo 2. Okay, so the winner of that could possibly, or the loser of that, drops down and either takes, the loser of Lemieux and Saunders, or either Danny Jacobs. I think they're all right there in that same group together.
Well, I think he has a good chance of fighting the winner, and I'll tell you why. Because I think Lemieux's going to win. I don't think Saunders will beat Lemieux, and I think Lemieux wins.
I hope Lemieux wins.
And I think Lemieux will take a Jacobs fight before he takes anyone like Charlo coming up to 160. He'll stay away from Charlo. So if there's a money fight that's going to be put together, I think it's going to be the Jacobs.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's the end of our first segment. We look forward to, as you can see, there's some rumblings going on there in the middleweight division.
Yeah. We
got some good things going, and we'll talk about those as time comes on. We'll talk about in our second segment. We're going to talk about the fights that were televised on ESPN, headlined by our Mike Reed and Jose Ramirez, and then Artur Beterbiev. We'll talk about that when we come back. In the meantime, as we end every segment of Inside Boxing's Throwdown Radio,
keep them hands.